Hello, all you big, beautiful souls out there. You know, a lot of people online have been asking me a lot of questions and asking Aralamb a lot of questions about different subjects. And so I wanted to do a video today with Aralamb, and he's present and here with me, about victimhood. So often in sessions, people will say, why on earth would a soul, why would I come in to have a life filled with difficulty and pain and trauma and all of these things to overcome? And obviously people come into the lifetimes, you know, people can come in with disabilities, or they can come into really horrible relationships. And people just wonder, and they ask Aralamb in sessions, why in the world would I come in and agree to have all of these negative things happen? And so Aralamb is saying right now, one of the reasons that souls come in and agree to have these kinds of traumatic experiences, and there are so many of them, is so that you can learn to grow and move past them. And in the book, Aralamb talks a lot about something he calls victimhood, or the victimhood mentality. And what he means by that is that oftentimes the trauma that we have, and he's saying right now, the trauma that souls go through, whether they're young children or later in life, and it can be in relationships. I mean, traumas can come in all shapes and sizes, but all of these traumas oftentimes will stop a soul from growing past those traumas, even, he's saying, if they were in the past. So even if your traumas were all when you were a young child, you may bring that forward. And oftentimes, Aralamb, and he's saying right now, people end up wearing their traumas like a victimhood. So you end up being a victim. And you'll wear this victimhood, he's saying, as if it's a coat of armor. It becomes who you are. It becomes your personality. And by holding on to your victimhood in these ways, it completely stops you from moving forward. Now, the other issue he's saying right now about victimhood is that you would have come into the lifetime and knowing that you were going to have certain traumas and maybe be victimized by people. And it could be your exes, it could be your parents, it could be friends. You know, there are so many ways that people can be victimized. But the issue is, how do you look at it? How do you carry your trauma? And Aralamb is saying right now, the biggest problem with getting stuck in victimhood is that you would have put into your lifetime possibility arcs that would allow you to overcome your victimhood and your trauma, overcome that emotional stuff, and move into really great parts of your life. But while you're holding on to that victim mentality, you can't move forward. In other words, your possibility arcs, and Aralamb is saying right now, the positive possibility arcs for you, they can't come toward you and find you while you're stuck in victim mode. Now, and this is me speaking, I can tell you I've had many, many, many sessions with people, and the minute that Aralamb talks about forgiving your perpetrator or forgiving the people that hurt you in your life, people just glaze over, because that's a really hard thing to do. From a human standpoint, it's a very difficult thing to do. But Aralamb is saying right now, the fine point of this is that if you can begin to release those people who have victimized you, those people who have hurt you, if you can begin to release them, you're truly doing that work for yourself. You're not actually doing it for them. You're not letting them get away with anything, or Aralamb says, you're not letting them get away with being hurtful to you or harming you. What you are doing is allowing yourself to heal and then move forward from it. And so it seems sometimes overcoming. It just seems overwhelming, and that you can't overcome it. And he's saying right now that one of the biggest soul lessons is that you really, truly learn to let go of those people and experiences that traumatized you, so that you can get past the victimhood. And he talks a lot about this in one of the chapters of the book, because if you begin to look at releasing the person, he's saying, for example, say that you had an ex relationship, and that person was very hurtful to you, and they did you wrong on all levels, he's saying. The best thing that you can do is admit to them, and you admit to yourself, I loved you, I loved this person, it didn't work out, but I'm not going to harbor any negative. I'm not going to harbor negativity toward them. And the reason that you do that, and Aralamb is saying again, the reason that you do that isn't for them, it's for you. Because if you can let go of the negativity, then you can start to heal, and it becomes something that doesn't matter to you. You're not reliving it day to day. Aralamb said one of the things that people get tripped up on so badly is they constantly go over all their past hurts and traumas. They go over it and over it and over it. So you're reliving it. And he's saying for a soul, it's literally like chasing your own emotional tail. So you need to try to stop that process so that you don't stay in victimhood. And he's also saying to let go of those situations and people that victimized you is a complete freedom for your soul. And he's saying now you need to understand too that all of these good things you would have put into place in your lifetime possibility. So you have all of these lifetime possibility arcs. And if you've put them into place for yourself, they're out there sort of waiting for you to come and meet them, right? They're coming toward you. But he's saying if you stay in victimhood and you stay in anger and you don't release those things, all of those good things can't come to you. The universe can't bring you all of the wonderful things that you deserve because you're blocking it. You're blocking it, right? And so Aralamb is saying, sort of in closing, you need to seek out those relationships and those situations that you're still harboring, even if those relationships are over. And you don't necessarily have to seek them out, the person particularly, but you need to determine whether you're holding on to that anger, that pain on the inside, because he said it will be blocking your soul from growth. It'll be blocking you from the really good things coming to you in your future. And you have to admit certain things. I loved this person. I thought that this was going to be the right thing for me. You have to let go of the blame and the hatred around it because you're literally harboring it in your own soul. And so the victim mentality, that victimhood where you're perpetually reliving that negative past, or you're perpetually feeling, I can't move forward because of these traumas that I went through or these things that were done to me, that is, Aralamb is saying, that is giving all of your power, all of your connection to all of the good things you want to bring yourself. You're giving that power to the other person. So you really need to release yourself from that. And the only way you can do that is to release them from the guilt and the culpability of it. Okay? I hope that's helpful. I hope it makes sense. We'll talk more about this in another video. And Aralamb is saying, have a great day as well. Thank you for listening.